black coffee.
This is the Covoya Coffee Podcasting Network. Coffee people talking to coffee people about coffee and things coffee adjacent. This episode of Another Cup is brought to you by Covoya Specialty Coffee, where coffee is always a collaborative voyage.
These are the numbers we all know. We'll learn more as we grow the numbers.
Welcome to Another Cup, a podcast devoted to conversations with suppliers, customers, and everyone in between. This is episode 20, and we are talking to one of those people in between, our colleague at Covoya Specialty Coffee and the controller, Dave Zachary. And Todd Mackey's here too. Todd?
DZ, welcome to Another Cup.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here, very surprised at the same time.
Is that right? Why?
Because I'm the finance guy.
Yes.
Fun fact, I think I've been here longer than the amount of cups of coffee I've drank.
In your life.
That I believe.
Yeah, and that is 8 years I've been here.
8 years, and you've had how many cups of coffee?
I would say roughly 4 to 5.
Do you drink energy drinks?
I have protein shakes.
With energy in them? With caffeine?
Yes, because it is, ironically, coffee flavored.
That is ironic.
And your favorite ice cream is coffee-flavored ice cream.
Yeah.
That is correct, yeah.
So really what we should be doing is asking what is our segment of the industry doing wrong that we're not capturing someone like you?
Coffee is usually drank hot. I don't like hot liquids.
What's the percentage? I mean, Mike, you must know this offhand. What's the percentage of cold coffee consumed?
I don't know offhand.
The NCA
Yeah, I mean,
data
I
sheet
can look it
doesn't
up.
give you that?
I'll look it up and then I'll insert it.
Okay, yeah. Chime in with like something.
According to the NCA, 69% of the people who had coffee yesterday had a hot coffee, 23% had cold or iced coffee, and 8% had a frozen blended coffee beverage.
You know, anyone who's visited our website knows that Dave Zachary is exactly that. Crazy and boombastic. And that's not why we're having you on here, Dave, though as fun as that fact is, we're having you on here to just kind of introduce all of our listeners, our customers to be, anyone who's in our network, to you and who you are, what you do, and how you got here. So
Very cool.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Dave Zachary. I like Dave instead of David.
Have you always had fun with the fact that you have 2 first names?
I technically have 3 first names.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. My middle name, which shared by the senior trader, Ian, is my middle name. So David Ian Zachary.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes it worse or if it brings it down a notch. Like, is 3 first names worse than 2?
I mean, if you go by like the laws of cancellation, I think you're better off having 3, right?
Right, yeah.
Like 1, 0, 1, that kind of thing.
The 2 offset, and now I'm just left with 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, odds score, evens don't, they cancel out, that type of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
David Ian Zachary, what do you do here?
I'm the finance guy. I just recently
Is that your title?
No.
Okay.
My title, which I just actually changed, I was the finance director. But as of last week, it's been official. I'm the controller now.
Wow.
That's the least I think as I consider, I mean, it's one of the only titles in like a corporate setting from like the 50s, 60s, 70s. Like I think of like comptroller and controller and all these, different terms, but like controller remains a term that's in there. But I get a kick out of imagining like what my therapist might say about that title.
He'd say, yes, but what's your job title?
Exactly. Well, there's a controller in all of us.
Yeah, I don't have, despite what the name is,
You don't have control issues? That's not what we're here to talk about, Dave. What does a controller do in the context of Covoya Specialty Coffee?
So it's ensuring everything financially is accounted for. It's putting together the projections of all the numbers in terms of sales, purchases, how the costs are looking, and where do we expect them to see compared to the budget, on a month-to-month basis as well. Are we hitting the budget numbers? Are we growing, or are we not growing? So it's looking at that whole picture, reporting it to Rob and the head of the team, the management team, and making decisions from there. And how do we react? How do we, improve?
Okay.
Or stay efficient.
So to put it in fewer words, I could say one of two things. You're either the bumpers on our game of bowling, or you're the grown-up in the room.
Yeah, which I was told earlier today that I'm a kid at heart, so hopefully it's the first one and not the second one, because I don't know how.
No, I would say, I mean, not to suggest like, I'm a fairly young person here.
Yeah.
I haven't worked long enough to say, well, of the many controllers I've worked with, but of the few controllers I've worked with, I mean, you're definitely the most down to earth and vibrant, lively. I mean, you're known to host the most kind of elaborate and out of control monthly team meetings.
I do like to have fun with those.
Yeah, it's very good.
Cool. I am old, and I have worked with many finance people, and I can say outright that Dave is the best.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice. Look at that.
I mean, I've worked with some pretty notoriously evil.
No, I think controllers,
people.
the general expectation. That's why if you cruise over to our website, covoyacoffee.com, and look at the team pictures, I mean, take a look at.
Mine is different.
Dave has the most
Zachary.
personality.
Yeah, 100%. And that's very unusual. That's very, very unusual. So,
Well,
I think it's super cool. You break the mold.
I saw an opportunity to have fun. I was a little bit, it was weird to take a picture, and so I was like, I'm going to have fun with this.
Yeah,
Cool.
Nice.
And I don't know what inspired that specific pose. I just kind of went with it.
Either way, it works. It works. Okay, so how does one become a controller? Like, what's been your path professionally? Here, of course, but even more so, like, to here and, in prior companies. Or obviously, you're not a specialty coffee head. You've had less than 8 cups of coffee in your life,
Right.
as you say.
Well,
So how did you end up here?
So I grew up, like you, also a young professional.
Both of us seem to be projecting a need.
I grew up in the 90s, and I don't know if it's that particular generation, but I kind of fell in the mold of, having to go to college, having to get a good job, start a family if that's what you desire, and then, be supportive. So that's kind of the path I went. And my decision making was based on, I like numbers, I like math. Business is always going to be a part of our culture, a part of our economy. So I was like, I think it's a safe bet for a career choice. So I went to college for business and
Majored in numbers.
Yeah, concentration in finance. And then I kind of just grew from there. One thing that I do, looking back, that I do really appreciate is I just don't have a finance background. I was fortunate enough through, I can say fortunate now, maybe at the time it was a little bit different perspective, but I have a lot of like market research, business analysis type of background experience too. So I'm able to be well-rounded. I have come into with finance looking from, the numbers perspective, but also the technical perspective in terms of like the systems that we use, the software that we use. So I think that really helps me be well-rounded and provide different insight that maybe just a finance-only person might not be able to.
Sure. Would you say you're lucky enough?
Yeah.
Just wanted to shout out would you call Lucky Enough a Providence institution?
Absolutely. Sure.
Just want to shout out a great place that we're happy to have nearby. Cool. Well, that's awesome. So, how'd you end up literally in the door at Covoya? We were hiring for numbers.
Yeah.
Right. So I get that. But like, what'd you do when you got out of school, and like, what were you into before this?
So I was in construction industry, doing finance for them. I was in the alternative energy industry, wind farms, which was pretty cool. The wind farm that I was assigned to was in Hawaii. Unfortunately, it wasn't an on-site job.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I was in New England the entire time.
Yeah, that's good irony.
Yeah, I got to see pictures. It looked nice.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, but then, it was during that time where the recession hit, so they were laying off. So it led to, applying for Covoya. It's funny, when I applied, I was like, oh, coffee, that's pretty cool. I too went to the website and looked at all the photos, and I was like, oh, this team looks like a lot of fun. It was a small team, and I came from a corporate place, so I kind of liked that. I gravitated to the fact that it was a smaller base team. I wanted to get out of the quote-unquote cube life. Mm-hmm. It can be very...
soul-crushing?
I was going to say corporate-y. But yeah, we could say soul crushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, those wonderful fluorescent lights.
Yeah. Everyone is the same sized space.
Yeah.
Same setup. Yeah. So I really liked it. I came in, as you could tell, I met you day one, which you...
Did we, though?
We did.
Eventually.
But you like to bring up the fact that you thought I ignored you.
Well, you were sitting at the table in the little lunch break area, and I went into the fridge, which, to give context for our listeners, like if you reach out your left arm, like you could have a hand with your right hand on the door of the fridge, and you could have like pinched Dave Zachary's nose with your left.
Maybe.
So
and
it was
Dave,
close.
Yeah, very close.
Okay.
But you didn't even make eye contact with me, so I've always been a little hurt.
I think I did. I think I looked, but then you were looking in the fridge. It was just it was bad timing.
Okay, let's move on.
I think we've had people come from corporate environments. It sometimes takes them a while once they're here to let their guard down.
Yeah.
To find out you don't have to watch your back here. There's no games. It's not corporate at all.
To be fair, I was in a full suit and coming to which the dress attire here is a little bit different. It was a little bit more business casual.
Sure.
So I was nervous. Let's just say I was nervous.
Fair enough.
And you seemed like a really nice, cool person. So,
Same. I was sold. on Dave Zachary from the beginning. Yeah. So now we know where you came from, what you do here. It's pretty cool. It's essential. I mean, a critical function, to say the very least. I've been so grateful personally to work with you for these 8 years.
Yeah, likewise.
And I guess, a good way to kind of reflect on them is to maybe pick out one or two stories of times that have either stretched you professionally, socially, a couple of your favorite moments maybe over the arc of your career here that you might share with our listeners.
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind is actually fits both of those. One where it was very challenging and stretching, but also being reflective on that. It's probably one of the best times here. And that was when we first moved into the new office. And at the same time that we move into the new office, we're also implementing a new in-house built ERP system.
And when you say in-house, you mean our corporate?
Yes, our corporate
parent company.
They wanted to build it from the ground up.
Go ahead.
It was stretching. It was challenging because during that time, and this is being, full transparency, I don't think we were liked that much. And it was fair because, our communication was tough.
Yeah, we were stretched way beyond.
Our systems, and it's not that we didn't want to be, but our systems weren't giving us the reports or the data that we needed in order to provide what our customers needed. So it was very hard during that time. But, we rebounded, and that's no longer the case. The reason why it was one of the better times at the same time, being reflective on it, is we as a team really embraced that challenge together. It was chaotic, but it was also like when you hang out at your friend's house or your group of friends, right? And you guys have your same routine and it just becomes the norm. During that time, we all came to the office with the same drive, the goal in our mind. And that was, we know exactly what we need to do. We don't like where we are right now. But we see the path in which we got to take to get there. And we had music playing in the background. Everyone was talking. It was lively. It was exciting. A lot of laughter. But, in a way that was productive. It took a couple of years.
Sure did.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
Very cool. That is, I mean, even just the story of our way through, you know.
Yeah, we weren't even Covoya at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were Olam America's specialty coffee.
Yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, any other stories or sort of mile markers as you look back on your career with Covoya?
This is more so, doesn't have anything to do with numbers and finance and stuff, but it was around that time. I think it was later we were in a 4-story building. It was very historic to Providence.
Mm-hmm.
Tilden Thurber, right? Is it the other way around?
No, that's right.
Only the first floor is occupied where it was, and so leaving the second and third floor vacant. We, as a team, decided to use the third floor as our workout area. I guess I was the leader of that pack.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just funny, Mark Inman would come down and different people from the Healdsburg office would come and they would come work out with us.
At lunch.
At
It was
lunch.
lunchtime.
Yeah. So we took about 45 minutes and we would do HIIT style. HIIT is high intensity interval training.
Body weight resistance type workout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it is a historical building, and when 10 or 15 people are like sprinting, doing wind sprints, you can almost feel it shake.
Yeah.
Good memories. Yeah, well, yeah, we couldn't be more fortunate to have you doing what you do here, Dave. I know
Thank you.
I say that offline a lot, but it's like a pleasure of the opportunity I have to interview you for this, to like say that, not so much in a performative way, but in a way that I get to project it and let our listeners know just how lucky we are to have not only you for your skill and what you bring to the team from like a functional perspective, but for someone with the values that you have, how committed to bringing those values to what you do. It's not normal, and we're grateful.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think that's going back to, how'd you get here and why you're here and how has it impacted you? That's one thing I do really appreciate about this industry is it's collectively the people that are in the industry are passionate. And I think that's something that really I can grab onto and appreciate and find common ground with.
Here's the 8 more.
Maybe.
Cups of coffee.
Oh,
That
gotcha.
is- no, just
Gotcha. I would say, though, of the 5 that I had, Ethiopian Natural was probably the most enjoyable.
That'll ring your bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Dave.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's awesome.
Glad to have you.
These are the numbers we all know. We'll learn more as we grow the numbers.
You've been listening to Another Cup. This episode was hosted by Todd Mackey and produced by me, Mike Ferguson. Our theme music for this episode was Number Song by Mike Cole. If you've enjoyed this or any podcast on the Covoya Coffee Podcasting Network, please do all the things. Rate, review, follow, or subscribe, and tell 3 friends. Right now. I'll wait. You'll find a link to our listener survey in the show notes. Please take the survey.
Please, I'm begging you.
And remember 2 things. You can email me at mike.ferguson@covoya.com, and Black Coffee is performed by the one and only Ella Fitzgerald.
If your arms were as wide as Dave Zachary's are in his photo on our website, you could have squeezed his nose and made a honk sound like Mr. Miyagi.